What's up, folks? Welcome to episode 15. So we've found the entryway past the barrier. It is basically a sequence of these large asteroids with some sort of structure built into them. There's exactly 8 of them, and wouldn't you know it, there's exactly 8 Zotan artifacts. So a little bit more on that later, but basically now that we've found the entryway to get beyond the barrier, I need to make sure that the ship is totally up to snuff. So I've gathered enough materials here to scale up the ship. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it 1.5 times its original size, which will basically just bump up every stat that it's got. And allow me to... it'll have more shields, it'll have more processing power, and then therefore another system slot, things of that nature. And there you have it. I just basically wanted to knock that out. I didn't want to deal with building a whole new ship or anything yet until I get AVORION to do that with. So I got it all armed to the teeth and everything. My typical railgun and Tesla turret set up there. And you can see our firepower there ended up right up just over 20,000. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm feeling like this ship is strong enough to cross the barrier and start going up against some ships that are going to be made of AVORION. A little test firing action there. Seems pretty nice. So, back to the barrier. The portal, I guess you could say. Alright, so around these 8 asteroids, you'll see they each have a number. And what you need to do is you need to have a ship within range of that asteroid that has the appropriate Zotan artifact equipped. So if this is number 7, then the number 7 artifact needs to be on that ship, etc. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't want to strip, the ship of all of my artifacts just yet. I wanted to make my way around and just put these ships in place, just for starters. And honestly, you could probably just put a block of iron hull out there, and that might even do the trick. But I figured if the Zotan or some pirates or something show up, then it'd be nice if these ships had at least some kind of defensive capabilities. No weapons, no crew or anything, it's just hull and everything. And that's one of my really earlier designs. I don't know, I'm kind of fond of it now. But anyway, so every asteroid now has a ship parked next to it. So I hop back into the Redemption. And then it's time to, yes, remove all of these Zotan artifacts from my ship. Because we're going to have to place them on these ships. So that's number 2. Transfer over. Equip number 2. And there you go. Now you'll see that there's like a little beacon, a little red light at the end of that structure that lets us know, that sound lets us know that we're running into something. But yeah, the light at the end of the structure, that lets us know that the correct artifact is in place for that particular one. Now it's time to make my way around and do the same with all the other ships. Get them equipped with the appropriate artifacts. This is a little unnerving here. You hop in the ship and then you see your ship sail past you with no one at the helm. But it slows down reasonably enough. Okay, 2 down. We keep moving. And then wouldn't you know what happens? A large fleet of Zotan pop in. And I'm like, okay, come on, this is not a good time for this. My ship is, I got all these mostly defenseless ships laying around. They have artifacts on them that I would prefer not to lose. But the Zotan show up and they're just being super passive. I have all my weapons powered down so I don't, you know, accidentally use a mining laser and offend them or whatever it is. So I'm just kind of tiptoeing my way around. You can see their ships are just passing through, and I can't imagine why they would be fine with me doing what I'm doing. I guess if they really knew what I was up to, they would probably try to stop me. They wouldn't succeed, but they would try. Okay, one more to go. Did I forget to mention that there's going to be spoilers in this episode? Like endgame spoilers. So yeah, if you're not down with that, then maybe pick a different video. But here we are at the final ship. Yeah, I really like this design. Be a cool little fighter or something. And there we have it. All the structures fire their little laser thing, whatever, into the middle, and that has made a portal for us. Now, you can see when I remove that all the lasers stop, but the portal remains. The portal is now there forever. You won't ever have to reactivate any of these beacons. So I made my way around and collected all of my my artifacts again and loaded them all back up, and I kind of just didn't want these Zotan just hanging out over here. It made me nervous, so I figured I'll just take them out. I figure this is going to be the last easy battle I'm going to have with the Zotan. Also a good way to test out my firepower, and I'm very happy with it. All the railguns give me great range, so I can just get a couple shots like that and totally waste their shields. And if they do manage to get close, then the Tesla turrets will finish the job. Alright, got them cleared out. It's time to cross over. So there's a number of things that you're going to find past the barrier. Yep, there you go. See, I'm now beyond the barrier. So I popped over, and there's just this one lonely Zotan ship. I don't know why. It's kind of rare to see them just singular. But you'll find that the enemies around this area they're really not much different from just outside the barrier. They're going to be mostly native Xanian and not all that tough. Yeah, as you move inward, I mean, this little pirate encounter I had was pretty tough. Yeah, beware of the pirates. Make sure you have like a good 3 or 4 defensive turrets set up. So next thing you know, you'll have 7 torpedoes coming your way, and they can end you pretty quick. See, these guys take a bit more of a beating than the Zotan do. In fact, I mean, once you've got a ship of this caliber, the Zotan, I mean, it really doesn't even matter what, how many ships they have. It's just so overpowered. You take them out, no problem. Pirates, though, and torpedoes, yeah, that's a bit of a different story. They've got a bunch of ships here. Something else you'll find is lots of wreckages. Even out towards the close to the perimeter here, I was finding a lot of these areas where basically there's Zotan breeding grounds. It'll be full of wreckages. I found my first, well, I destroyed the ship that was made of Avorion, and I started picking it apart. Started picking up, this is the beginning of the end game, basically. You'll see that I've upgraded my engines to Ogonite. And just doing natural progression. Moving toward closer to the center. You find the tougher ships, you destroy said ships, and then you salvage everything that they're good for. Shortly after that, I hit the mother lode. This is just another good old piece of wreckage. But this one has visible generators all over it that are made of Avorion. And oh yeah, that's looking good. By the time I was done with this thing, I'd collected a freaking lot. Yeah, there you go. 330. I was designing this ship in creative mode. And wouldn't you know it, I have enough Avorion to apply this plan. Now, I don't think I've ever done this before, where I just apply the plan to the ship that I'm already in. It had me worried for a second because it made that explodey sound, and I thought maybe I destroyed my ship. But it didn't. It just transformed the ship into, it's still called the Redemption, but I kind of like to call it the Wraith. Pretty happy with it. It's very large. It doesn't turn very well, or actually, it doesn't roll very well, I guess you could say. But now it's time to load it up with weaponry. And you know me, railguns. Gonna be railguns all around. Railguns and Tesla turrets. I think I've got like 40 slots to fill, something along those lines. That puts us at right around 35,000 Omicron. So next episode, we're going to go a little more into detail about what exactly this ship can do. and we're gonna look a little further into these Zotan, these breeding areas. Again, spoilers.